This is Jawad Abu Nassar. Right now, he's back in a central Gaza refugee camp with his mother. Osama, his father, is not. We'll get to that in a second. What you need to know is that the two were detained by the Israel Defense Forces on March 19th.
Media reports since last week describe how Israeli soldiers tortured an 18-month-old baby, Jawad Abu Nasser, for 10 hours in front of his helpless father.
I felt like he was in pain, so I hugged him, but he couldn't bear me holding him. When I exposed his legs, I saw that they abused him. Here, there were cigarette burns. And over here, there's an exit and entry. And on the back here, from something metal.
She told us the two of them had been on their way to the supermarket, but they ended up in the custody of Israeli soldiers. One witness told the CBC they saw the two approach what's called the Yellow Line. That's the temporary boundary splitting up the Israeli and Hamas-controlled areas of Gaza. In a statement to the CBC, the IDF said, last Thursday, IDF troops operating in the Yellow Line area identified a suspect approaching while holding an unidentified object, later found to be a toddler approximately 3 years old. Despite repeated calls to stop and move away, the suspect continued towards the forces, coming within a very short distance of several tens of meters. Consequently, warning fire was directed to the roadside to create distance from the area. Osama is still in IDF custody, but Israeli forces released Jawad into the care of the Red Cross. That exchange was recorded here in a video Israeli forces shared with the media.
Okay, he's stable, vital stable, walk, jump, he's happy.
But Jawad's mother described her son's condition as being in so much pain he was not able to sleep. He was returned with dark bloodstains splattered across the lower half of his small blue joggers. She took him to the Al-Aqsa hospital for an examination the next morning. One doctor there said she found wounds that looked like they came from cigarettes.
At the beginning of the clinical examination, there were multiple circular, sunken, and scattered marks in the lower part of the body. It is pierced in a consistent pattern that matches the effects of extinguishing cigarettes on the body. It is a distinctive sign in forensic medicine.
Doctors also found multiple puncture wounds to his legs. A medical report seen by CBC News says they were caused by a sharp metal object, likely to be a nail. The IDF denies all claims of torture. It says the injuries were caused by the warning shots fired by soldiers. It should be emphasized that the fire was not aimed to harm, but intended to compel the suspect to stop and move away. It is likely that the splinters resulting from the fire caused minor injuries to both the suspect and the toddler. In Ottawa, human rights groups are calling for Canada to do more to prevent harm to children like Jawad.
Canada continues to ship arms to Israel, making our government complicit, as if we handed weapons to a known mass murderer and looked away as he continued his slaughter.